So this is the case we have. It's a 23-year-old woman who is brought to the emergency department by police officers after being found wandering barefoot in a public park at 5 a.m. She's partially undressed, shivering, and appears disoriented and fearful. When questioned, she repeatedly states, "I'm following the rainbow, they are calling me." Her speech is pressured and incoherent, alternating between laughter and crying. She occasionally pauses mid-sentence to respond to unseen stimuli, saying, "Stop yelling at me, I'm coming." Vital signs: temperature 95.4, heart rate 112, blood pressure 146/88, respiration 22, oxygen saturation 97 in room air. Appearance: disheveled, poor hygiene, clothing torn. Skin cool, pale, superficial abrasions on knees and forearms. Orientation to person only, and BMI is 18. So the question is, which nursing concern would be a priority for this client at this time? Number one, providing food and fluids to correct imbalances. Number two, establishing trust through their therapeutic communication. Number three, obtaining baseline labs and diagnostics. Number four, preventing hypothermia due to exposure. So let's go back here. So we know this is, she's wandering barefoot. Now we know what barefoot means. She didn't have any socks or shoes or anything. She is partially undressed, shivering, appears disoriented and fearful. And she repeatedly says, "I'm following the rainbow, they are calling me." She is talking to unseen stimuli, responding to unseen stimuli. She is alternating between laughter and crying. And she is saying, "Stop yelling at me, I am coming." To what? To unseen stimuli. So what are the things which comes to your mind? And she's like, listening and talking and responding to something which is not real. So I will say it's like auditory hallucinations and visual hallucinations. So we know hallucinations are going on. And what else we know? She was barefoot. She was probably partially naked, shivering. And look at that. Is that okay? The temperature is 95.4, which is way below what we would like to have, right? Below normal temperature. Tachycardia, blood pressure is elevated. Respiration seems like right there, but saturation is also okay. But she is really hypothermic. And the tachycardia and the blood pressure is kind of a compensatory mechanism for that. She is already shivering. All right. The other thing here is, if disheveled, okay, this one, disheveled. Disheveled means, this is a word which means untidy, unorganized. Okay, so let me just write that there. Okay, disorganized, disordered, untidy, incoherent. This is another one. Incoherent meaning it's we cannot understand what they are saying. Poor hygiene, clothing torn, and the skin. Look at the skin, cool, pale. Now, when you connect all that, what is the major, important priority we should be focusing on first? That is hypothermia. If we don't correct that, this person will go into a shock, hypothermic shock, and that's going to be like really bad. She already having all this problem, and we know she is disoriented, she is hallucinating. We don't know the reason, but we know hypothermia is a problem, right? That is going to be the main problem. Okay, so if we go back to this, providing food and fluids to correct imbalances would also be something I would look for. But between hypothermia and providing food and fluids, which one is going to be most important at this time? That's going to be 4. Establishing trust can wait. Baseline labs and diagnostics are important. I want to know what's going on. I really want to have a toxicology screen, to see if there is any drugs or some substance which is causing this, or is it something other than that. But we need to figure out, we need to first take care of that hypothermia. Otherwise, they will be totally gone, because the cardiac emergencies can happen, ventricular fibrillations and tachycardia, arrhythmias can happen from hypothermia. Everything can shut down, right? So that's going to be the most important one for us. All right? Okay. Hope that is clear. So the next question is, which of the following actions are appropriate or not appropriate at this time? Provide warm blankets as per gentle rewarming protocol. Would you say yes or no? Yes, that is appropriate, right? Because we need to make sure that she is getting the warmth, and we are rewarming her, gentle rewarming. So that is good. Now the other one says delay all labs and psychiatric evaluation until the client is fully reoriented. No, we cannot wait for her to be fully reoriented. We don't even know what's going on, and we don't know how long it's going to take for this person to get fully reoriented, right? So this will be not appropriate. Okay. Encourage the client to describe the voices in detail and explain what they mean. Okay, I would love to know what the voices are saying, but at this time, when she is disoriented, she is hypothermic, she is having hallucinations, not stable, would you want the client to describe the voices in detail? Would she be even able to say anything about it at this time? Answer is no. For a client to say all that, first we need to establish that trusting relationship through the therapeutic communication and all. It's too soon to do that now. We need to take care of the physical things first, just like we said, the hypothermia, the fluid electrolyte imbalance, the safety, covering her because she was half naked. So all those things are going to probably take priority over getting information about her voices and things like that, right? So this is going to be not appropriate at this time. Right? It will be part of our goal, it will be part of our care plan, but not now. Okay, offer warm fluids once the client can follow simple commands. Yes, that's going to be yes. Now, leave the client alone to calm down and regain self-control. No, this is not the time you are going to leave her alone, right? This client is not stable, and we need to be there, and we need to work through that therapeutic communication. And we have talked about therapeutic communication in detail in our mental health, and we know there are so many stages. Like there is an orientation phase, there is an introductory, there is a working phase, there is a phase where you actually go through all these kind of details. So it's not going to be something you're going to just bump into it within the first half an hour, right? It's a process, so you have to get the process done right. So not appropriate. I hope this was kind of helpful for you to think through each one, because when we do questions together, it's not about just finding the right answer. It's also about how do we eliminate the other options, because sometimes everything looks so good. All the answers looks like they are the best answer, and then NCLEX we have to figure out what is the best, right? Hey, you guys are awesome. You can do this. Okay, we are doing this together, and you will be there.